Did you know that sports performance training is 50% mental, 50% physical, and 50% emotional? Wait, what? Hey everybody, welcome to Elite Athletes TV. I bet you thought I just had a Yogi Berra moment. I didn't. I'm going to tell you why coming up here shortly. I'm Mike Pawlawski, former 11-year pro quarterback and quarterbacks coach here at EliteAthletesTV.com. Today, I want to introduce you to our mental performance coach, Grant Parr. He's the author of Next Man Up. He's been a mental performance coach for pros, Olympians, college, and high school athletes. He's well-versed in what it takes mentally, emotionally, physically to play the game and excel at sports. Before we get started, if you haven't done so yet, and you love talking sports, be it football, baseball, basketball, soccer, any sport, talking about the mental part of the game as well, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. That way you get notified every time we have new content that can help you in your sport. Give us a thumbs up if you're ready to talk about the mental and emotional preparation aspect of sports, and leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Also, please share this video out. We're trying to help as many young athletes as we can to improve in their sport in every facet of their sport. The more you share it out, the more lives we can affect in a positive way. When I was talking about mental, physical, and emotional, what you have to remember is as you prepare, either to hit the weight room, the training field, practice field, whatever, if you are physically ready but not emotionally ready, then you won't have a great practice day. If you are emotionally ready but not physically ready, you won't have a great practice day. So all of these have to come together. And today, Grant's going to give you 3 examples of where they have come together and how to prepare to be the next man up.
Hello everyone, I'm Grant Parr, mental performance coach. And today we're going to talk about the next man up mindset. This is a topic that I'm very passionate about. I actually wrote a book on it about a year ago. And being a former quarterback of 13 years and being a football coach, high school championship football, and also coaching mental performance coaching with athletes at the professional and Olympic and collegiate and high school level, I'm fascinated on seeing athletes doing the right things so they are prepared for the moment. And when you truly think about the essence of the next man up, it's about actually getting prepared for the moment. And it's the moment that you don't know that's going to come, the unexpected and the unknown. So when you think about the NFL football season, the last 5 weeks, there's been a lot of cool stories. There's been a lot of cool opportunities at all positions, quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, both sides of the ball, due to injury and due to people that lost their job because of bad performances or poor performances. So there's 3 quarterbacks that stand out to me right now that I want to share with you and talk to you a little bit about how they got prepared for the moment. I want to start with Andy Dalton. We all know Andy, been a veteran quarterback, been in the league for a long time. And so he knows what it takes to be the man. And so when he took the role to go to the Dallas Cowboys, he understood that he had to be prepared at all times, being the backup quarterback. And it's unfortunate that Dak went down. My heart goes out to him and the Cowboys. He might be out for the rest of the season, maybe not. But when Andy came into the game, he came into the game ready, prepared. He came into the game as if he'd been playing the game the whole day. He came into that game as if he was playing the last 5 weeks. And that's the hardest part of actually being the next man up. It's not necessarily having a great performance. Don't get me wrong. Like, we all want to have a great performance. But it's about actually coming off the bench, going into whatever environment, if it's a field, court, pool, whatever it is, but coming into the rhythm of the game. How do you jump into the speed and connect with the rhythm of the game when you've just been sitting there for most of the game watching? So Andy went in there with confidence, with poise, and he acted as if he'd been doing it the whole game. And so you're going to see this trend with people. So when I think about the next man up, there's 5 attributes that I think that are the main attributes. There's other ones that I believe that still exist or do exist. But the ones that I think that are important is preparation, poise, confidence, focus, and intentionality. Those are the 5 main attributes. If you want to train for that moment, you've got to have those 5 things in place. And when you think about Andy, all those attributes, he was living them out during the game. Now, another one that I want to talk about is Nick Foles. Nick Foles basically made his career off being the next man up. Just a few years ago, when he was playing for the Eagles and came in at the very end of the season and backfilled Carson Wentz and took him to the Super Bowl, and not only won, he became the MVP of the Super Bowl. And because he got prepared for that moment, not only did he change the trajectory of his career, he became the highest paid backup quarterback the following year. He was making $20 million sitting on the sidelines, and actually ended up almost doing it again the following year. But this couple weeks ago, he had the opportunity, now that he's on the Bears, to actually fill in for Mitch Trubisky. And he came in, again, as if he'd been playing all season long. He was built for it. He got to do that. He didn't have to do anything. He went in there and he trusted all his skills, all his preparation. But I know this from studying Nick. There's two things that he prides himself in. Obviously, preparation. You got to prepare yourself in every way, whether it's mentally, emotionally, physically. He hits all of it. But a lot of it is based off the way he talks to himself. So it's self-talk. He talks about if you want to get into your confidence, if you want to act into your confidence, you have to talk to yourself. More often than not, when you don't know when you're going to play, when you have that moment where you're just caught off guard, you have to start talking to yourself. You have to get locked in. So that's one thing that he prides himself in is as far as talking to himself, having a really good, healthy, solid inner dialogue before he goes out there on the field. Now, what I want to share with you, being a mental performance coach, there is a technique that I want to share with you. It's a focus and refocusing strategy. It's called BVT. Breathe, visualize, and talk. So in this case, like Andy's case, in Nick's case, when you're sitting there on the sideline and you have a few moments to yourself before you're going to go in and do your thing, there's a moment where you can actually refocus yourself and get locked in the moment by getting into your breath, by breathing, visualizing real quick that first play. Just start that momentum with positivity, seeing yourself doing great things. And then actually, as you're walking towards that field, or you're walking towards the huddle, or you're walking towards your team, that's when you start talking to yourself in your head. Now, you can say stuff verbally, and if you do say stuff verbally out loud, that's actually more impactful. It's 10 times more impactful. But the main thing is to talk. Talk to yourself in a positive way. Talk to yourself in the direction where you want to go. If you want to be a champion in that moment, be a champion. If you want to be smooth in that moment, be smooth. If you want to be relentless, be relentless. But as you get into that refocusing strategy, breathe, visualize, and talk, you are positioning yourself for that moment. Now, the perfect segue of going into the rookie quarterback, which I think is going to have a bright year for himself and a bright career for himself, is Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert, moments, we're talking minutes before the game, his very first game as a rookie for the Chargers, he was told he was going to start. Now, he walked in and he did some rookie things at times, but man, did he commanded his presence, his confidence. He took risk. He just showed up in the moment. He trusted himself. And a lot of times when we want to be the next one up or the next man up, we have to trust ourselves. We have to be vulnerable, right? We have to have fun. We have to live out this joy. And you see that. And not only did you see that with Justin, you're seeing it the last couple games. He's getting better and better and better. But it all started when he actually had that opportunity. The unexpected, the unknown. And I know this sounds cliche, but if you truly want to seize the moment as the next man up, you've got to do all this hard work in the dark so you can shine in the light. So when the light is shined on you, you are prepared and you're ready to go. My goal for you is to literally train for the moment. Don't train for the whole game. I understand we try to do that, but it's about getting ready for the moment, because every game is full of moments. And when we move on from each moment, it turns into a memory. So if we're prepared for that moment, I want that memory to be positive. And if it's not positive, guess what? I want you to learn from it. So remember, the 5 attributes that are going to allow you to be positioned to be the best next man up is to be prepared, poised, confident, focused, and being intentional. All right, I hope that was helpful. Keep working at it. This is a lifelong's work. And keep tuning in your mind.